Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 101 of Pokerole. We're going to see Dalmatians today, I'm sure. I hope you all are doing well today.
Basic lessons.
I hope you all are doing well today. It has been a bit of a day for some of us. I know for a fact that Kyrio has a bit of the flu. I hope that goes away soon for you, dude. That's not fun. This is probably going to be a bit of a short session. We had a slightly later start. It's been up and down. It's been definitely up and down, because, for instance, it's Karserus' birthday today. But also, bad shit happened to me today, but it's okay. I'll deal with it. But I do apologize for delays, everyone. But let's just get into it. And by that I mean, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, of course, come over to Twitch, as we're trying to reach partner over here, but we need more viewers to do it. So if you want to come by, whether it's a lurk or a talk, think about doing so. Makes a big difference. It's just nice to have new people, too. Or just more people, too. So hang out, chat. It's fun. Or lurk, that's fine, too. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. Which we also have the Pokerole Discord sub-community. Off of that, you can check links into that from that community. Also, I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content, and I got a merch store if you buy some cool merch, which may eventually include Pokerole merch. I'll say when it actually does. I should work on that later. But yeah, all links are in the description, so you can check them out. And of course, in addition, there's also our Poke Pioneers wiki. I can't say that word very well, I just realized. It's our wiki. You can check it out if you want to watch episode recaps, catch up on things, or learn about the characters and stuff. Check it out. All links, of course, in the description, including that. But with that being said, I'm going to laugh at myself for a second, because I like how I was, like, kind of a little bit down when I started my intro, but the moment I started doing the links, I just went into, like, YouTuber mode. And changed my tone entirely because I'm just like used to saying it.
Aww.
But yeah, so let's see. So Karserus had a decent birthday. Kyrio is unfortunately unwell with the flu, and hopefully that'll get better. How's Hydra and Tubby doing today?
Super duper. I actually didn't realize it was today. I was like midstream and people are like, no, it's today. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I did notice you kind of didn't notice for a while. It's okay though. It's alright.
I'm pretty good in the mood to do things recently.
Karserus, it's best that you look at the HUD if you can.
Oh yes.
Hang on. Let me watch the clip, because I think the HUD is in the clip.
There's new right art. Yes, there might be new art. I kind of forgot, honestly. I'm kind of having a day where I'm actually not physically well myself, unfortunately. I seem to be physically really feeling super weak. I'm not specifically sick. I'm physically super weak feeling, and my brain is not working terribly fast either, so... Yeah, not the funnest stated ill of a side drama, too. Oof. But it's fine. We persist. We continue. Life is up and down, but just keep striving to bring it back up. That's all you gotta do. It's not always going to work out, but you just keep vibing and you'll get there.
It will be okay.
Let's see, what art was not shared last session? I don't quite remember.
There's a couple of good ones of me.
Yeah, did I share? I think I'll share art as the recap is done. And I'll just share.
Yep.
I might share some art that I already shared. That's fine.
I will try and keep the recap relatively short, because I know we should be doing things, and there's going to be a bit of back and forth this time. Last session. 100 in Karserus sanguis. Tinchir, accompanied by Noibat, Luxray, and Florence, as well as Hatterene, left the Library of Clairvoyance. But when they came back to the Dragon's Path, They found it different. They found it dark and foreboding. For you see, something stalked the caverns, warping it, twisting it to accommodate its bulk. Soon enough, they realized what was hovering oh so close above their heads. Eternatus, the warden of the Dragon's Path, the so-called Lord of Condemnation. Eternatus gave chase, going after all save Neubad, determined that only dragons should use these sacred pathways. Alas, despite the best efforts of Ralph, only Brooke and Neubad managed to escape. First to be captured was Hatterene, then Tucker and Ryda. Florence and Luxray soon followed after, and finally Ralph, all whisked away in shadow into the depths of Incarceri Sanguis, a prison of exile. It was here that they decided they would have to make their escape. Hatterene was unwell. Put in simplest terms, the vibes of the dungeon did not do them much good. Their species is sensitive to external emotions. But, unlike, say, the Chansey line, they react violently, as was made apparent. But with the help of Tucker and Ryda, Hatterene managed to calm down and do some explaining about where they were and who exactly commanded this space. The first forays into escape were foiled somewhat by shadowed servants of Eternatus themselves. Insectoid, gangly things. But a plan was devised, particularly when it became noted that Ralph, Florence, and Luxray were in a cell nearby. Ryda and Tucker would use their movement abilities in order to get over to Ralph, Luxray, and Florence once they managed to break free of their cell, the doors of which could only be opened by dragons. Given Ralph is capable of manipulating dragon energy, he was the obvious choice for the one to start the breakout. One dragon hammer later, and they break free, though while Ryda is capable of teleporting herself over to her companions, Tucker instead sinks into shadow and very briefly encounters the notice of Eternatus, before they fall onto a very surprised Brooke and Neubad. And thusly the team is split. One side breaking free of an extra-dimensional prison, and the other seeking allies. So please, join the table. It'll be that many more things for me to take.
Very nice, very nice. This fan art here, we kind of look like Paper Mario villains.
My gosh, you're right.
I love it, actually.
Hope y'all enjoyed the Eternatus intro. I won't be doing that again.
I enjoyed it.
That was interesting. I rather liked that. Sadly, my attention was slightly divided, as I was also trying to show all the art, which I'm almost done. But that was definitely an interesting way of doing it. I like that.
I could probably be convinced to do more of that, especially at least for this area. Someone choked about Ralph's Kingredhydra.
It occurs to me Scarlet and Violet are two words I don't know how to spell. Or not at least have 100% confidence.
S-C-A-R-L-E-T?
What is... This is an important question. What's the name of the professor in Scarlet Violet?
I don't know.
I mean, the key difference is that the main academy is named after either grapes or oranges. I'd be worried your nose was going to die. Can't do it, he's already dead.
Is he? Well, oh wait, that's right, he is,
He's probably not actually dead. Well, legendaries are agender,
True.
But yeah, probably dead, undead, whatever. They're legendary, it doesn't matter. What
Saying a ghost, but who knows, really. It is very skeletal, so...
Oh, there's two.
Also, 1 second, we're gonna go through all of Tucker's emotions really fast to fix something. Don't worry about it. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. So...
Okay, good. Good. Alright, and...
Also, Scarlet only has one T.
Yeah, I figured that out. I keep wanting to put 2 T's in those words.
Well, because there's Scarlet with 2 T's and then 2 E's, and then there's Violetta, which are names.
Ah. That might be why.
I'm just making sure that both are a type of tree. All is well with the road. Every new game, I have to Google the name of the professor and confirm that it's a type of tree.
Oh, this is actually the perfect tile for your y'all to be on.
Ooh, tiles.
Yes, we're using tiles.
I didn't see it for a second.
There is.
Man, I'm gonna eat this whole bag of chips today. It is so good. It is Tilly Lyman.
No. Where is the there's the dungeon icons. I'm going to... Wait, what? I thought we had icons for everyone. It might be in efficiency bags.
I don't believe I have an icon, but everyone else should.
You do not have an icon yet, but that can happen another time.
That was my mistake. I neglected you. The icon should be in...
It's fine. I found the party icon. I'm going to use that for now.
You didn't find the other icons? Oh, that's interesting. Only Zill's here. That must be there on the table somewhere. Huh, that's weird.
Oh, weird. Where did they go? Did they get broken, or
they might have been accidentally removed, perhaps?
Are they in?
Maybe in a different bag.
Weird.
The fact that they are... I feel like they may have gotten accidentally deleted, because I feel like they would have been on the table for something and then maybe got removed, but...
Maybe. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah, as long as at least one exists, I can copy template.
Ooh, I'm lagging hard.
Oh.
Oh dear. Loading something.
I might have accidentally summoned something in my lag.
You might have done... I don't know. You do press things sometimes.
I'm like trying to click the X, but it's ignoring me.
Well,
Oh, did you try to search something?
he is in the game. He's in the 3D models bag, so.
Oh no! Don't search the 3D model bag. No, that takes forever to load everything.
You made a critical error.
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah, I know they're not in the 3D model bag. Anyway.
Yeah. You know what? Beerus, you want to do something?
Right then.
You want to help? You want to get these? You want to get the new play? You want to get player icons back in? So we seem to have lost all of them except for Zill and Riley. Since you wanted something to do earlier. I'll put one on the table, just leave it be.
Right. Ralph and Ryda, go ahead and roll your initiatives for me, and I will get to that in a minute. Because you guys are starting combat immediately once I'm done describing what has happened.
Alright. 2 + 5, 7.
Right, I'll get to that.
Very high initiative.
Tucker, you have fallen in the midst of, thankfully enough, Brooke and Noibat, who, the latter of whom has finished screaming in surprise, and is now perched on Brooke's shoulder looking at you with an amount of deep concern. You all appear to be in a different area of the Dragon's Path Caverns. It's still relatively dark, but at least the crystals are a bit brighter than they were last you checked. There is a hole nearby that seems to lead down into another passage, as well as this passage going further onward.
Apologies. Let's see. Could you quickly do another environmental describe? So we're up on
You are in another cavern in a different part of the Dragon's Path than where you entered the shadows from. Clearly, having fallen amongst Brooke and Noibat, who are Noibat looking at you with deep concern. There's a hole nearby that seems to lead downwards to another section, and this area, the path that you're on now, seems to lead somewhere. The crystals, however, give you decent enough light to see. Okay. Oh, Hydra found
They were on the map.
They were on the map?
what do you mean the map?
On the left.
Oh! Oh!
On the what?
They're on the map!
Oh, on the map! Right, that's where we were using them.
We never put them back. Whoopsie.
That's what we did wrong. Okay, well, here you go.
I was scouring the whole time.
Tucker, you're back. Are you alright? Brooke asks, giving the pup a rub. Did you see where everyone else is?
Tucker takes a moment to collect himself as he kind of examines the surroundings. Wasn't Brooke hiding in one of the skulls, actually? Is that where we're at?
Brooke followed Noibat's direction and went through a tunnel leading upward to escape Eternatus.
Ah, slightly better cover then. Okay, then. That was important to know.
Yeah, everyone else, they're locked up. So was I. I was trying to get out, but when I shadow sneaked, I saw Eternatus, I think. He, well, saw me. And then I ended up here.
He looks a little confused, like, he's not entirely sure how he got over to Brook and Noibat.
The others are still busting out right now, I think. But there's also guards. I hope they're okay.
Well then, you might not be too far behind then. You should keep moving. moving, Rook says decisively.
Tucker gives a nod, peering around.
But how did you guys get away?
He says it in sort of a hushed voice, kind of looking cautiously around, like he's not sure if a Tornadus might just pop up on them. Oh wait, I just realized I had Tucker say a Tornadus. I don't think he knew what that creature was yet.
Hatterene explained.
Oh, that's right, he did. Or she did, rather. Cool, my mistake mixed of a mistake to end up to be not a mistake. Double negative.
Holy crap. Enemies just rolling super high on initiative.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, none of them got below a 10.
What's the C and P mean?
There's two different kinds that are present at the moment.
Oh. Also, Beerus, yeah, we still need one for Rita. If you didn't catch what Hated said, he's right. I believe the icons I used were from Battle Troisy. They're higher quality.
Well, at least you're okay, Tucker. Hopefully this will make it easier to get through this place.
Noibat noticed a hole that we could hide in while that weird dragon thing passed by. It's pretty clutch, Rick says.
Just about the only useful thing I did, but at least it got us away. Who knows? Maybe I have some weird dragon senses that'll be able to help get us to everyone else.
They laugh awkwardly, knowing that that's not probable. Nerd to try, Brooke says.
I wish I could tell you which direction to go, but Shadow Sneak is just a big old void, so sometimes it's really hard to tell even where I was traveling from. It could be 100 yards or 1,000.
Well, you got to me somehow. Maybe your connection can help.
Tucker thinks about that for a second.
Well, actually, speaking of that, Hatterene wasn't doing so well in the jail cell. I think they were able to feel the emotions of others there, maybe both from the past and the present. But I helped them out by connecting with them. Maybe some of that connection still remains? Maybe I could pick up on it.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Tucker is going to try to use... Suppose it would be sympathy, trying to reach out for that connection that was already formed. Trying to, like,
I was
find
going
it
to
again.
suggest empathy just
really?
based on the description.
Let's see.
Share in a single ally's fate.
That is true. Okay.
You may do whichever one you like.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, I think he will probably just take a moment to concentrate. This is this is how he bloodhounds. Picking up on a scent, but the scent is emotions. Alright, insight contest etiquette. Actually, wait, I'll wait. Kyrio's typing.
My bad. You can feel the energy in the balls, right? It's like a dragon thing?
I guess? This is only my second time here. But I could kind of follow it. Maybe? It feels funky. It's different from before. It's probably because we're near wherever that thing likes to stay.
They say, referencing Eternatus.
Alright, Tucker will be now using empathy. Also, Hydra, there's a Ride a Tile. Go ahead and rename it, however you want.
Okay.
I'd assume a person would have a big concentration of it to keep people in. If you feel like getting stronger or weaker, let me know.
Okay, I'll try.
That's not bad.
And then, of course... Oh, wow, that isn't bad. And then, of course, Noibat screws up their face as they try to concentrate. It vaguely reminds you of when Riley started to try doing the whole aura thing. Kind of.
Actually, on that note, Tucker kind of just closes his eyes and kind of holds himself straight and head slightly lowered as he kind of... Well, it does look like he's kind of meditating, actually.
You can definitely feel your connection to Hatterene. But you're... distant, but not far. Space is a bit wonky here. But that really shouldn't be surprising, considering you traveled a third of the way across the world using this place.
Perhaps also the reason the Shadow Sneak was easy to mess up.
But at the very least, you know that you don't have to drop down again.
Tucker gives a slight nod as he kind of collects this information. And then he opens his eyes and expresses...
I think we're on the right, floor. Whatever that means here.
Can he detect any sort of general direction?
Well, you only have one direction to go at the moment.
Okay.
Because
So,
otherwise
like,
you would have to go down.
Does he feel the direction, like, facing a particular wall or anything like that? Can he detect anything in that regards? Like, it feels more this wall rather than that wall or such?
No.
Okay.
So we're going to play this like it's an actual threat.
Ooh. Okay.
Or, you know, if you play Skyrim and try using clairvoyance and it makes a trail.
Ah, okay. So it will twist and turn.
Yes. I'd like to add some bravado to Noibat's perception, at least if when he rolls it. I will try to remember to let you know when Noibat is doing a perception. Or when they will have a perception. That way you can bravado it.
That's fair. So, which direction does the thread point us? Does it point us northward down the path?
Yes, as that is the only direction you all can go at the moment. If you were to try and go southward, you would end up hitting a solid wall.
Fair enough. Well, Tucker does look down the corridor kind of expectantly, kind of feeling that thread even if he doesn't quite know how to describe it. Incidentally, he kind of instinctively just kind of raises a forepaw and does a pointer dog pose.
Alright, you know what? You know what? Sure, we're going to change how this is.
I was
You
gonna
guys
say.
don't know.
I was gonna say, hey, are you detecting any knockoff Pikachu clones? Because that sure seems like a dead end. Because like
right.
immediately dead end. Wow.
All right, let's go. Burke says. Much better. Besides, you guys don't know what compass directions are in here.
That's true. What about the hill one? Is that for something else, or just put aside?
I'll just save it for if I need it. Or I'll shuffle it in, maybe. But we will swap back to you guys in a second. After
I was curious, what are these tunnels? Are they like carved tunnels, natural tunnels?
They're both. I believe I originally described it as being both carved and not. Because they're the ley lines. So if they are worked in any capacity, it is by the dragons. It's not like smooth stonework or anything like that. It is much more like caverns and rock. And in fact, as the trio of Noibat, Brooke, and Tucker proceed, they find that the stone starts to gradiate to a smoother, darker sort of stone, almost like igneous rock, or a form of rough textured obsidian. And as you proceed, you see there is a fork branching off to what would be your left. It's the right on the map. But the path does continue forward. At the moment, the thread seems to be capable of leading you both ways.
Tucker will pause at the intersection and make a note.
I think either direction works here.
And he looks to Brooke for the actual decision on that then.
Noibat will do a perception at this point.
Okay.
Just to make it easier on you.
How dark is the environment, by the way?
It's definitely not as dark as the prison.
Okay.
It's the crystals in the floor, because I recall them being described as in the floor of this area. They help light it up. It's not super bright, it's a dim lighting, but it's something. It's enough for y'all to see.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Tucker's a vision to be able to see down the tunnels was better than anybody else's or such. And can anything get... Well, since there are lit paths, is there anything that can be seen down effectively onto the other tiles past this tile?
I'm gonna say no.
I put you in a difficult situation. Can you predict what the next tile will have, DM?
No. I mean, I wouldn't predict I'd pull out a tile, but...
Fair.
Alright, since we're not in combat, unless Kyrio wants to roll for bravado, I can just give the 2 dice to Noibat.
Seems fair. I have some nice iced tea here. English breakfast. Brewed it earlier, refrigerated while I slept, and iced it.
Okay. Lots of dice. Wow. Pretty decent. According to Noibat's relatively vague senses, as well as their relatively keen hearing, they feel like the dragon energy is stronger to the south than it is to the east. Just using our table directions.
Fair.
Okay. I will shuffle another tile.
What?
Perfect.
A quick refresher. What did Hatterene explain within Tucker's earshot about Eternatus? What does Tucker currently know about Eternatus besides the fact that chased us and put us in prison?
Hatterene was generally frustrated by the fact that Eternatus was not holding to the compact.
As in the other what's the compact? The Dragon Council in general?
It's the deal that the library has, because otherwise there would be no way for most Pokemon to be able to get into or out of the tower.
Basically leaving the librarian's sorts alone.
It is a deal that is more so between Mewtwo and the Council, but is upheld by all residents of the library, and is supposed to be upheld that they would get safe passage, but Eternatus did not necessarily agree to it.
Right.
Of
it's
course,
hard to know what Eternatus agreed to, because, well, the rest of us met the Dragon Council aside from him. He wasn't there for it. Forget the reason why.
Y'all don't know much about Eternatus, and you wouldn't directly know about the compact, just that Hatterene was frustrated that, they had been captured like this. Was kind of indignant, but also that Eternatus is the warden here, the jailer, and their title is the Lord of Condemnation, and they are effectively judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to it.
Even without being told much, I think Tucker could pretty much figure out that, Liberians, dwellers are probably not to be jailed normally.
Not typesist.
Typesist.
Well, yeah, kind of. The general explanation given was that Eternatus did not like non-dragon types wandering the dragon's paths, but there's reasons for that, which are partially explained by certain things that Mewtwo has already told the team.
But also, we're supposed to be, well, we're affiliated, at least some of us are. We have stamps, some of us.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't seem like Eternatus cares. The other thing is that Eternatus has servants called the Dragon Eaters, which is very appropriate for a prison that is mostly for dragon types. And, Hatterene and Florence were surprised that they actually exist, so they're probably thought of as more of a myth.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay.
Right. So, Ralph, Rida, you, as well as Florence, Luxray, and... well, just Florence and Luxray. Hatterene said that they would stay back in their cell until the kerfuffle was done. You find yourselves faced with a pair of lanky insectoid creatures. One of them rears up on a rather lengthy and thick tail, with multiple digits seeming to line it, and hisses at you. Otherwise, they seem to have a relatively bipedal build, strangely enough. There are also a pair of little pillbug-looking creatures nearby that also hiss at you. Both of these creatures seem to be plated in some sort of strong, slightly lustrous, spiny shells. The lanky ones look more like a centipede than they do a pillbug. Also, yes, I do have art of these things, but I just haven't shared it, and I'm not going to make Charem's life harder at the moment.
You can dump it in the DMs whenever you feel like it. I can share it easily enough. Though I was actually like, I wonder if I could just get some sort of generic, bug things for Tabletop Simulator I could put down.
Oh, I'm sure we could. I'll share the art in a bit. I'll do their turns at the very least.
I found something called Tabletop Boss Bugs. I like the sound of that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okie dokie, guys. Just step aside. And we don't have to squish some bugs. Correct. Knuckles. You know how many of your kind I've swatted with the newspaper? You're nothing but a smear on the sports page to me.
Did you say bipedal?
Yes.
Have a hormagaunt.
Oh,
Wait, this is
fair enough. I'm gonna do this.
Tyranids. Yeah, they look familiar. What is this from?
Yeah, the Tyranids is a good one, or the Zerg.
Yeah, wait, these are Zerg. Wait, are these Zerg? They look like Zerg.
Are great.
They look like... Are they for the same series? Oh, they're Warhammer. So Warhammer made their own Zerg. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, well, more so Blizzard stole the Tyranids.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay,
that's
so
a whole other thing. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, Hormagaunts are a really good choice, honestly.
So let's try to see if they have a pill bug. I don't know. Some of them are overhead, so I don't know.
So both of the centipedal ones lower themselves onto their feet and curl their tails around themselves. They have buffed.
I can do that too.
Just so we can keep track of them.
There's not anything that looks like a pill bug, so I'll just drop down another one, since there's 2 types. Mine as well. Let's see.
I know there's a name for the Warhammer small things, but
that's
yeah.
a little pill buggy.
Is big.
Let's see.
That can be fixed.
So we have Warhammer Zergling and a Warhammer, this looks like a Baneling.
Kind of, but the pillbugs are very small. Especially compared to the centipedal creatures.
You could size them how you like. Actually, wait. Now you can size them how you like.
One of the pillbug ones growls at you two. And for the sake of my sanity and speeding up combat a bit, Luxray and Florence are fighting their own set of these things.
Ah. Oh, reposition the characters.
Yep. You don't need to put models for them, but...
No, I'm just repositioning people a little bit to kind of make it clear where they are and what they're doing.
One of them does use Growl, so if Ralph and or Ryda feels like dodging Growl...
I'll take it.
So they're not
As
huge,
in, I won't
but they're
try
kind
and
of
dodge.
Alright,
Is Growl's the debuff to,
strength.
accuracy? To strength.
Yep.
Doesn't matter to me.
I kind of don't want to eat an action on that, so I'll eat the debuff.
That's fair. Here, let me give you a debuff tile. Oh, right!
I can just remove one of my buff tiles.
Yeah, you can just remove one of your buff tiles. So go ahead and do that.
Our strength will be 7 instead of 8.
I forgot you had belly drummed. Yeah, you super buffed. This should be quick.
Oh no, I didn't think about that. Shit.
I can't remember if I activated Lucky Chance or not. I feel like I would have, but I don't want to assume.
I think you tried and it failed.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, because the gel cells eat magic.
So,
or whatever.
So somebody else uploaded some Tyranids to the Tabletop Workshop and got cease and desisted by Games Workshop or something.
Okay. You feel free to delete them then.
I'm just looking for replacements. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This company sucks. Forgot about it.
I completely forgot about that. Right. I completely forgot Games Workshop is terrible for all of 2 seconds. Right. The other one... And they've all taken just one action at the moment. Is gonna Dragon Rage at Ralph. It suddenly becomes surrounded by a strange red and violet aura, and blasts a tiny laser at Ralph.
Ring it.
Oh, you're not going to, like, defend or evade or anything?
I mean, the power of Dragon Rage isn't that significant, is it?
No, it's 2 auto damage.
Ooh.
To be fair, you have lots of HP.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we'll just tank this.
Okay, go ahead and take the 2 damage. Because auto damages mean like that. However, after that, it is Ryda's turn.
Alright then. Hold on. I wrote something down so I knew the turn. Okay, first thing I'm using is Growl.
That is probably a good idea. Oh, you can growl? I can growl too!
Grr.
Really having trouble finding models in general, actually. Guess they're... Oh! Maybe it would help if it wasn't searching just the latest week. That would probably help a bit.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Alright,
Thanks, Steve.
your growl goes through.
Next will be Lucky Chan.
Oh, you're going to try Lucky Chant again?
I'm no longer in the cell, so I think it'll work.
Ah, but are you near the crystal?
Well, too late. I already rolled the dice.
So, Ryda, just like last time, you tried to put out a Lucky Chant, similar to how you tried to put out the Healing Pulse with Calm Mind. And that energy gets sapped away, and the various jagged gemstones that are dark red in hue around this area, this central hub of cells, glow briefly brighter as your move is taken away. Well, okay, poor wording, but the energy of the move is sapped away. Lucky Chant has no effect.
Damn. Okay. By that logic, I'm assuming Double T might not work.
It might not. You would have to try.
I know. I'm gonna risk it, because I still have, what, 5 dice for it?
You're currently at a -4, so...
Yeah, and the move, I have a 9 dice pool for it.
Yep, so it would be 5 dice. Alrighty. There you go. You can just flip them around.
Okay, after that... I will use confusion on one of the small ones.
Okie dokie.
It's a -6 penalty, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, and you're doing it against one of the small ones. Can they even dodge? Nope. So you are gonna hit.
Sweet. Well,
Oh, well, okay. I guess you were so off-put by the fact that Lucky Champ failed, but Double Team didn't, that your confusion just sort of bounced off the plates of this little creature.
alright, I still have one more move with 2 dice. That being psychic.
Isn't it great to go at the bottom of initiative?
I
And,
don't hit it twice, but yep, still 0.
welp. You tried.
I got my buffs at least, and a debuff.
Yeah. Which means it is Ralph's turn.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, these guys look like bugs. Bugs are nice and organic. Let's set them on fire.
Is fire good against bug type?
Isn't it?
Also, we'll
I
just
think
live
so.
with these models. I literally can't find anything else buggy on the workshop whatsoever. I give up.
It's fine. Yeah, it's super effective against bug.
I have a thingy. Hell yeah.
Alright, so you're choosing specifically Fire Metronome?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Alright,
Set these guys ablaze. We will target the one that hit me, unless I get like a multi-target move.
okay. Go ahead and roll you on accuracy.
Alright, let's see
Isn't
here.
it nice to be able to pick elements?
Yeah.
I don't think there are any multi-targeting fire moves.
Yeah, that'll
Maybe?
work.
Nope, there are.
Good suggestion. Wait, that wasn't even... Oh, that wasn't even marked as a model. That was
It's
weird.
okay. 2, 8, 12, 5, and 7.
That will definitely suffice. Thank you very much. Robert William gave me an alternative.
Hey, you're in luck. You get an all-hit move. Heat Wave. So go ahead and give me a Dex Fight channel for the accuracy of Heat Wave.
Ooh.
Oh, by me, I'm just looking at these. See which one I should grab. I don't know. These are from Deep Rock Galactic.
Ah,
Though, granted, they're all quadruped, but whatever, it's fine.
it doesn't matter.
They're
Also
all
good.
completely white for me.
Yeah, you can color to them, so...
A couple friends of mine have been playing a lot of that. Looks pretty neat.
Alright, let's see.
Alright, what's the damage pool for Heat Wave?
It is special +3. I'm gonna see if any... Well... I'm gonna see if any of them can evade. The pill bugs cannot. The centipedes cannot. Normally.
I should get higher special for when metronome was special.
The centipedes will attempt to evade. Feel free to roll your damage.
Yeah, I did in between.
Oh,
I
you
got
did?
a tool. Yeah.
Only 2? Oh.
Yeah, only two.
What's them's colors, anyways?
Fire.
I never came up with good colors for these things.
I always consider them to be shadow creatures of some sort.
Yeah, just making them black colored would be fine.
Okay, so that's how they tell.
Or some darker color. So, Ralph, you draw in as much energy as you can and release it in a wave of heat. And it washes over all the insects. But when the heat dissipates, you find that the centipedes have both sprung themselves to the ceiling and are gripping it with their tails, unscathed.
Eek.
Oh my. The centipedes did not care.
Well, it wasn't that they didn't care. Given that you've learned how to look at energy, you see that there's a trailing red energy curling off of them. It's almost familiar. Like something you've done before. It's almost like enemies have will points too.
Ooh.
Except normally they wouldn't be able to save themselves with those rolls.
Interesting. Maybe they can manipulate fate as well. Well, can they manipulate fate enough to avoid being crushed by a near 900-pound behemoth stepping on them? Body slam.
Body slam, which one?
We're gonna target the pill bug that Dragon raged to me. Or, yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Bro. Which -2 will be 5. Stomp, 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 lunge.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're kind of creepy, but they're small, so maybe we should just try to squish them.
Let's see. Let's see if it can evade you. It cannot.
Awesome. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's strength plus 3. Yep. It's not an amazing roll. But...
It's decent.
It's not, but with Heatwave, that's enough.
But is he
they die quick.
them in some way?
No. The pillbugs are just that weak.
Oh, okay, cool.
You would expect more out of something called a Dragon Eater, though. I feel like that might be more like a tick thing, such as how, like, technically, if a mosquito sucks your blood, it's technically a human eater. So, parasitical? Don't know.
I mean, there's also the fact to consider that they are probably more of swarm enemies, seeing that there's also some fighting the other pair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Indeed.
By the way, it's the end of the round. Take away 1 stage of any buff you have.
Oh my. So belly drum is
Still
wearing
evasion.
off quickly.
As the very atmosphere of hopelessness begins to sap away at your enhanced abilities.
This place was created to spite me.
It was created to spite anyone who wants to escape. What's one of the most famous moves that dragons use that buffs them up a lot?
Dragon Dance?
Bingo! You were in a place that does not like friendship.
It's anti-MLP, got it.
It drains all the magic, and friendship is magic, so...
Right then. Meanwhile, you all are able to glimpse out of the sides of your vision. Florence and Luxray are effectively standing back to flank, zapping at the bugs that come towards them. They're tenacious critters, but one might expect that. You happen to see them fighting one that looks more like a very strange scorpion with large claws.
Strange scorpion, large claws, so more like a hydralisk. Or a defiant there.
You happen to hear Luxray shout, "Don't get poisoned by them!"
Okie dokie, I'll do my best.
I am trying, I'm trying! The nasty buggers can hit hard! But with the round up, we are going to swap back to Tucker, Brooke, and Moibat. And hopefully this is going to be a decent amount of alternating time. As Tucker and Brooke proceed down the passageway, they find before themselves another pit, this one spanning wall to wall, leading down into darkness. But Tucker, you are able to see thin, wafting strands of red that seem to fray at the ends, like grasping claws, peeking just out of the rock in this cavernous hole. Maybat shivers, huddling a bit closer on Brooke's shoulder.
Well, we should probably get around that.
How deep does it look?
You're not quite sure. It has a similar unnatural darkness to when Eternatus was around. It might lead down into the prison pit, but to where you wouldn't know. However, the thread does not lead you down there.
Well, probably for the best. Sheer drops are not exactly wonderful.
Yeah, looks like this path is a bust. Looks like we'll have to go back and take the other one.
How large of a gap is it?
It's not terribly large, though unfortunately the types of Pokemon that Brooke and Tucker are don't have the leg length to be just stepping over it. But you might be able to, with some caution, climb across the uneven surface of the walls. Of course, Brooke being Brooke could probably just toss Tucker across.
Still, though, so that would cause separation.
Or you could ask Noibet to try and fly you across. You're strong enough, right?
Tucker will then nod, because, yeah, there's nothing safe about crossing this pit. Not about splitting up again, and he's not exactly about interested in doing that again. There's been too much of that lately.
Brooke doesn't currently see much reason to try and get across it when another path might go around it. Which is true. So, let's
minutes ago. Once again, I don't want... The other path leads you towards a downward slant. The dark stone of the floor is smoother here, but thankfully it's broken up by jutting crystals that form pillars and stalagmites. Their glow is darker, a bit dimmer than it was earlier down the hallway. The path forks somewhat, but you can see, thanks to the crystals, that it appears to be some sort of dead end. And from that direction, you can hear a very subtle hissing noise.
I must immediately ask: Did the jailers hiss during the time that Tucker was in the cell?
A bit. They had a hissing, sort of chittering sound to them.
Does it sound familiar to him then?
It does. Noibat, with their big old ears, picks this up.
We should probably not go down there.
Tucker will add,
That does sound like the jailers we heard earlier. You don't really know what they are, but they're not friendly.
And yes, the hissing is towards the dead end.
Okay. Now, is this what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, is the ground inclined? The tile
Yes.
kind of makes it look that way, so yeah, okay.
Yes.
So we're going downhill-ish. Alright, well, walk softly and go down the path that doesn't have chittering.
Brooke signals everyone to be quiet, and signals we move quietly to the southern path. A wise choice, though with the incline and the smooth floor, it will take some work to get from crystal to crystal over to the southern path. So, I will require from Brooke and Tucker, because Noibat is a flyer, a dexterity, survival, athletic check.
Seems fair. Alright then. Not that he has any athletic, but... Does Brooke have any athletic? Nope.
Nope. No athleticism here. Tucker has soft paws and is probably relatively used to navigating inclines at this point. Besides, it's almost easy for Tucker to just sort of slide on their belly if they want to, pushing from crystal to crystal. For Brooke, it's a little more awkward with their bulk. At one point, as you push off from one crystal to get to the southern path, some stone rubble or pebbles, something clatters.
Oof.
And the hissing stops. In the dim light, you see it. A sinuous bipedal form with a large tail. It's scanning the area where the pebble went, looking for you. Its plates are dark and lustrous, cast in a sinister light. Brooke holds his breath, as does Noibat. The poor little chiropterid is gripped with a primordial fear.
Is Tucker directly alongside of Brooke as they move?
Yes. In fact, I would say that Tucker is perhaps a bit further into the southern passage than Brooke is at the moment.
Tucker will simply hunker down and also hold his breath then. Put himself low to the ground.
Vitality, survival, stealth.
Okay. More dice. It's probably going to be a worse roll, though. Not too bad.
By the way, I'm sending the images in Discord for you. Finally. 1 minute passes. Then 2.
Oh,
Then 3. It raises its head, and for a moment it seems as though it is going to turn towards you all, and then skitters off back down the passageway. You can hear the sounds of digging, rock being moved. It seems it's carving out a burrow, or perhaps unclogging a tunnel. You're safe. For now. Brooke tries not to release his breath too loudly before continuing down south.
Tucker still remains kind of low to the ground until they're a good distance away from where that thing was hanging out. Fortunately, it's not too hard for a quadruped to stalk low to the ground.
As you continue down the southern passageway, it evens out. And again, you see a fork, as well as what initially appears to be a dead end, though you notice that the wall towards the dead end appears to have some form of notches, as well as scrapes and scratches along it. Looking up, there's a ledge. Noibat very briefly flies off of Brooke's shoulder to check it out. They return, still speaking in hushed tones.
It looks like that might lead back to where we were. We could probably get over the pit if we went that way.
Is the thread indicating a preference in the situation?
When you focus, the thread seems to pull more strongly towards the west than the east.
Tucker looks up the ledge and remarks,
It does feel like that's more the direction to go.
how tall is the ledge anyways?
It's not terribly tall. About 8 feet,
Okay.
give or take. A little under 3 brook heights. Alright, up we go, Brooke says, offering Tucker a ride on his back as well.
Tucker obliges and very cleanly hops up into a piggyback, wrapping his forepaws around Brooke's neck. Now, how's Brooke gonna climb?
Brooke will claw his way upward. Alright. Give me either a strength or a dexterity survival athletic. It's not a big climb. In fact, most dragons probably wouldn't consider it much of a climb. Oof. It's a little awkward and difficult given you have Tucker on your back and having to adjust him about halfway through, but you make it up nonetheless. You come across a passage that is relatively short, if mildly winding. Upon pushing some loose rubble out of the way, you find yourselves past the pit. Though the noise apparently attracts the creature. You can see it, vaguely, its silhouette. Standing there, at the fork, in the previous place you had been. It stares down the hallway at you. And apparently does not see you.
So it's just another one, huh?
He returns slowly back down the fork, apparently satisfied that it was just some natural noise, rather than intruders to catch. Appropriate tile.
Which direction? Oops, sorry. Which direction did that bug come from? I was going to ask again.
It was north. It was standing at the fork, so it came from back where you initially saw it. It's probably the same one.
Ah. Let's have a bit of a
Let's get going before it decides to check the ledge next, Brooke says. So south you go.
Yes.
Deeper into Incarcere Sanguis. Back to the top of the battle round. Whiplash time! Battle music go. No whiplash necessary. Hopefully I'm not taking too long on each of these segments.
Yeah.
Right then. Time for... Oh, right. Let me clean up the initiative bar. It is the centipede's turn. Let's see. One of them is going to go for Rida first. They're gonna try and wrap you up with their weird long body.
I'm gonna evade.
That may be wise.
So the evasion roll is Dex fight evasion, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because that's a lot of dice.
Yes, you have a lot of dice at the moment for that.
17.
17? No, you don't. You don't add the evasion number.
Oh, Oh, I was adding the wrong evasion. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I stopped it early, though. I don't know how many that is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So it should
8,
be
9.
10,
You have
not
10.
7. Okay.
Let me see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're just going to subtract 2 from that number you would evade anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't know why they have the evasion slot there, aside from to, I guess, give you an easy number of dice to roll. But, anyway, yes, you evade, and it skids and scrapes across the stony earth, sending up sparks along the way. The other one is going to try and do similar to Ralph, except it's going to lunge from above and try to choke Ralph with Rap.
Well, it's gonna lunge and try to choke me, yeah?
Good lord, what the heck?
Reach me. I think this time I will dodge. X. Survival. And here we go. Whoosh, backflip.
Not that hard to dodge. Rather clumsy attempt of them. But almost as if synchronized, they both lunge at their respective targets. Rita? Oh, hey, is that a crit? No, a crit has to be 6.
Can I evade again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second one is Ralph. And it is going to use... that second one has +4 to its roll, because it is exerting itself.
Actually, before I evade, what move is it using?
Lunge. Which I believe is a bug move. Hang on. Yes, it is a bug type move. Which I think would make it super effective against Rita. Let me double check your thing.
I'm weak to poison, steel, and ghost.
Ah, so not super effective, but still bug.
I'm going to tank it.
Oh, okay.
Might be dumb, but I'll tank it.
Ralph, are you going to evade or tank the lunge?
I don't want to double evade because then I won't have very many dice left to attack with. So
Okay.
I'm gonna tank it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. If I dodge everything, then I have no dice.
The disadvantage of being low on the initiative poll. Alright, that'll
Yeah.
be 4 damage for Rita. Lunge is a physical move.
So I take 2 because my defense.
And your strength is already -1, so you don't need to worry about that. And that'll be 5 damage to Ralph.
Alrighty.
You only take 1 because defense.
My defense is very high.
Yep. Oh, but you're weak to bugs, so you take 2.
Am I?
Yeah, because you got the psychic typing. Your normal psychic.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, against psychic, and then poison has no modifier, so yeah, or normal has no modifier, and then psychic's weak, so it ends up...
Right then. Well, that'll be all that those two do, and now it's time for Pillbug. Itty Bitty Pillbug. Itty Bitty Pillbug makes a disgusting gurgling noise. And is going to spew acid at the both of you. and fail horribly. Actually, in fact, it's going to overcharge itself. That is 4 successes, not 1.
That's probably very bad, so I'm gonna... I'll try and dodge it.
I didn't get to use this gimmick the last time you were in Dragon's Path. Now I get to use it with enemies that are disposable.
Nice.
Ryda manages to dodge the acid splash as the pill bug sort of pops. What about you, Ralph?
I'm gonna tank this one as well. I have a plan though if I get too low.
That's fine. Acid is a yeah, acid I believe is special damage rather than physical. Not that it's going to do too much.
Yeah. My special defense isn't quite as high as physical, but it's plenty.
Not a lot.
Yeah, plenty.
Does it lower your special defense? It does! By 1.
Oh. Ooh. I'll have to remember that it is 2.
I'm going to put the puff on this side of your defense bar for special defense. But on the bright side, it is now Ryda's turn.
Okay, so first thing I will do is confusion.
Alrighty.
I'll
Are
do
you
it on the...
The one that attacked you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Aww. Well, it has 1 evasion die.
Please, no.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
It is funny, though. Sad, ironic funny, but still.
Ryda is unsettled by the fact that one of them just sort of imploded and failed to hit with confusion, I guess.
Well, seeing as that didn't work, Ryder will turn to Ralph. It appears you have better luck fighting these. Allow me to better assist you. And then Ryder will stand behind Ralph and hold Psychic for when he uses Body Slam.
Ooh.
Yes. Here we go.
Alright. I take it that means it is Ralph's turn.
Alright, let's target one of these guys up on the ceiling. We're gonna...
Well, they're no longer on the ceiling, but yes.
Oh. Okay. One of the springy boys. One of the dangly, springy boys. We're gonna target. Alright, here we go. With a body slam. And it's oh, how would this work? With her propelling me as I body slam?
So you would both roll accuracy, but your damage rolls are combined?
And
So long...
that is the minus.
Yeah, so long as Ryda doesn't roll 0.
I'll use my first hat on her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
Fail me again.
The dice are failing everyone at the moment. I think they're mad that they may be getting replacements soon. Much better.
Better.
Much better indeed, and there's no way... the reason I have y'all roll separately is just to make sure that they function together. Because effectively the accuracy roll... I think the accuracy roll could be combined as well. I would have to think about it. We don't do team attacks enough.
Yeah.
But that said, you're going to hit it anyway. It doesn't have anywhere near enough dice or energy to be able to avoid that. So go ahead and roll your damages.
6, 3. Oh.
Oh boy.
This thing is gonna be a blood splatter.
Also, Ryda, I'm going to just say that because you're using Psychic to propel Ralph, we're going to call it physical instead of special for my own sanity. Because you're doing it like the orb.
Fair enough.
Just think of Ralph as your orb.
I am very.
He is pretty orb-shaped.
He is pretty orb, yes. Let's see, that's a total of 11 damage. That'll be... So Ralph's charged body slam hits one and sends it reeling back, and it skids just like the other one across the floor, sending up sparks as it goes, but it's still up.
Oh.
That's not good.
Okay. Okay, tough guy. Well, first things first. Let's see if, fuck yeah. Get frozen, nerd.
Oh, does my status effect apply as well?
Yeah, it would. So go ahead and roll and see if it's confused.
I use Psychic, so it'd be special defense style.
Then you didn't need to roll, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not... Oh wait, it is a chance die, okay.
Yep.
Well, sadly not, but... That would have been nice. So you're gonna change... You're gonna do Ice type. Okay, go ahead and roll for your... Do your metronome roll.
Wait, what?
Well, you said get frozen, nerd.
Oh, no, I meant from the paralyzed going off.
Oh! Oh, you did paralyze it. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Alright, since it is successfully debuffed, I'll switch my attention to the remaining Pillbug. Since these guys seem to be weaker, we can start removing some...
Oh, the Pillbug is done. It used up all its will points, so I took it out of the fight.
Oh, okay, so both Pillbugs are out of here.
Yeah, the Pillbugs are done.
Alright. In that case, we do another... Cause so these guys kind of didn't really care about the fire. So,
well,
I imagine...
It's not they didn't care about the fire. To maybe reveal the mechanic to you, they used will to be able to get away with that.
Okay, so they weren't flat out resistant to fire.
No. Their rolls were terrible. They had to exert a chunk of will in order to be able to do that.
Well, we're gonna try a fire metronome again.
Alrighty.
Alright, Dix. Where'd it go? Dix right channel. Actually, Actually, no. I wanna zap it with the thing.
Oh, you want to use your zappy spear?
Yeah, I wanna tase it, bro. We're gonna tase the other one that's not paralyzed, though.
That's fair. So that'll be Dex Fight Brawl -2.
-4 because I
minus
earlier.
Ah, right, -4.
Stomp, 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 squeeze.
This is the one that tried to dodge earlier. So, it can't dodge, it doesn't have dice. So, feel free to do that sweet,
And it always, it always does 2 damage. Ooh, but I have the, but I can roll for a third, because I
yes, because you have the magnet.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
2 damage.
Okay, move your hand. Your hand's covering up the thing for me.
Sorry, I was reading it.
Sorry, too. I think mine might have drifted over there. Oh, by the way, one of them is down, right?
No paralyzed.
No, only the pillbugs are down. They're off to the side.
Ah, okay. Oh, they got flipped. I couldn't tell because their sprites are so complex. So what's this one over here?
Oh, I moved it as a matter of cinematic choice,
doing
I guess.
Because of the whole kind of side thing it was doing.
So, Ralph, you stomp up and you jam the zapper against it, and it holds its arms out, grinning, and then the zap goes off, and it writhes briefly, and you've got the whole, like, skeleton thing going, except this thing kind of has an exoskeleton.
Oh, just like flashes white for a second.
Yep. Yep. It convulses because you did the zappy. Automatic damage. It's mean.
Yeah. It's like, I can do that too. Alright, and that'll be the turn.
Alright. Round end. Any buffs you may have, reduce their stage by 1. Isn't this place swell?
I'm sorry, has anybody been poisoned, I'm curious? Since that was brought up.
No, thankfully. Nobody has been poisoned. Even though the pillbugs probably could have.
Wasn't Luxray mentioning something about poison, though?
Yes, he was saying to not get poisoned by them.
Something I just thought about. So he's fine too, right? Or has he been, unfortunately?
As far as you all know, they're fine.
Okay. Wonder how he knows about that, then.
Good question. Luxray is also very observant.
Yeah, that's true.
Luxray is also privy to a lot of knowledge.
He is. I'm curious about his knowledge now.
Oh wait, is this upside down? Maybe. Tucker and Brooke, as you descend deeper, you see off to your side a great chasm, dotted and lined by vein-like threads of red that pulse, leading into the dark. You can see a lower floor, and what look to be more of these creatures and their kin wandering. You can hear distant sounds of prisoners in their cells below. So clearly, you must be going in the right direction.
The right direction's in the wrong direction. So, that pit, can Brooke also see what's down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Brooke can also see the writhing strands of red as well at this point.
And how illuminated is our current platform?
Visually from down there, they would not be able to see. Your current platform it's dimly lit.
That's good.
But your eyes are starting to adjust to this strange darkness. There is a path forward as well. This path that you're on seems a bit wider, and it seems deliberately made so. Almost like a promenade or procession road for prisoners to be taken down.
Interesting. Which way does the thread lead this time? If I concentrate or if Tucker concentrates?
We're going to do another thing for Noibat as well. The thread pulls strongest directly down, but that should probably not be surprising. Wow! Noibat does not sense a dang thing.
Noibat brain thought no, head empty.
Yeah, Noibat's too distracted by this sight. They are currently quaking on Brooke's shoulder. Keep close to the wall. We're a little exposed up here.
Tucker actually just hunkers down and does poke a little bit. Poke his head over the corner a bit to peer down, especially as he realizes the threat is, of course, wanting them to go that way. But he just kind of gets a general idea of how many there are down there.
Roll me a luck die.
Okay.
Or doom die, as I like to call them. You can see below that there is some sort of commotion. It appears as though one of the prisoners, a Garchomp, has escaped. But not for long. The Dragon Eaters descend upon them. You would think, given their name, they would have devoured such an escapee. And while there are some bites taken out of them, they are quickly thrown back into a cell. And then the Dragon Eaters go back to milling, watching.
Tucker's ears perk with a mix of interest and wincing at watching that scene. He backs away from the ledge and rejoins Brooke and Noibat, talking quietly as he explains.
Seems like our group isn't the only one trying to break out right now. There's a Garchomp, but they got thrown back in their cell, I think. It does mean there's others down there, though. I wonder if they deserve being in a punishment like this.
Does anyone deserve this? I'd barely be a snack for those things.
Tucker thinks for a second.
Well, I don't know how dragons do things around here, but this does seem cruel regardless.
He kind of hesitantly thinks for a second and expresses.
Also, down is the right way to go. Much as I don't like to say it.
Of course it would be down. I mean, if we went up, we might as well be heading for Rayquaza.
Oh, how many were there, by the way? In that current, what Tucker could see.
Hard for you to get an exact number. More than 6.
Is it a sheer drop?
Yes. It is designed that way to prevent prisoners from climbing up it.
Interesting.
Any crystals that were on the sheer cliff wall also were effectively cut and smoothed.
How long of a drop is it?
It's pretty far. Giving you exact numbers, it's probably closer to 20 or so meters.
Ooh. Calculations. Oh, that's pretty damn far, yeah. That is the equivalent of...
About 60 feet.
I'm trying to think of how many stories that is, actually.
6.
Wow.
A story is 10 feet.
Okay, definitely don't have enough for that, then. Was kind of pondering. Tucker does have a whole bunch of little fabric scraps. One can make a rope out of fabrics, but probably not long enough for this.
Yeah, oh goodness, no. The dragons might think they deserve it, Rook says. I sure don't want to start a political incident with them. I'm not inclined to endanger ourselves on behalf of total strangers. Try to keep focused on our friends, guys. Yeah, of course.
Tucker does quietly nod to that, though. He does look generally sympathetic, as one would expect him to. He does quip a little bit as well.
I feel like us being here the first time started a political incident.
Tucker will go with the dungeon tiles. Woo!
Sorry.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Burke will continue down the path, looking for a way down. Yeah, well, we had a good reason for it, Burke smirks.
Yeah, good reason.
As you all proceed, you find yourselves in a room that has another drop, but it looks more like cells are here, made at uneven points, almost as if they're building blocks displaced from each other to make some sort of strange tiered structure. There is, surprisingly enough, a ladder down. It appears to be more naturally made, an engraving in the stone, but well maintained. It occasionally pulses red, similar to the cell doors.
Is this red the same as the crystals?
Yes,
Okay.
it's all dragon energy down here.
I think this would be a time where Tucker would mention...
Those red pulses, they seem all over the place in the prison. In fact, there was these crystals. They take your attacks sometimes, absorb it. Watch out for those if you see them.
Hey, does someone on the combat team want to roll a doom die?
Sure.
Oh.
Do we need another custom die set that just says Doom on it?
Just,
one is like Ultimate Doom, 2 is like heckin' lot of Doom, 3 is Doom, and like 6 is like, oh, just a teeny bit of Doom or something.
Just the 6 is sparkly grand prize, the 1 is ultimate doom. Both are equally terrible in their own way. You gave her the Doom Dice boo for the result. It seems to disappear when that big skeleton dragon is nearby, Brooke observes. I've been keeping an eye on them to make sure he's not nearby. Can I get a room description again? No, that's fine. You're in an area that's sort of like a weird multi-tiered structure going down in a much larger, wider cavern. And the multi-tiered layers/platforms seem to also double as prison cell areas. There is a ladder that will lead you down to one of the first tiers.
And also, I would presume, basically, that there's... When you said uneven cells, I assume cells in the walls, kind of like this hole cut out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could think of it like a bunch of cubes, but they're not evenly stacked or placed, and some of them will be, like, partially inside each other if they were actual proper cubes.
And it seems we're forced to basically the west.
Not necessarily. Brooke will test out the ladder. Time for another ride, Tuck.
Tucker nods and grabs on best he can again.
Since it's a ladder and not just rough handholds, you don't need to roll this time. You make your way down. The cell closest to the ladder doesn't have anything in it. In fact, the door is partially open. The cell is empty. Not even bones. A dim, dark crystal pulses lightly in the corner. Brooke does the cool slide thing down the ladder that video game characters do. It would have that nice, smooth shh noise if not for the stone causing it to be slightly gravelly.
Tucker clutches a little tighter when he starts doing the fast ladder slide.
You know, that would be fun if this place weren't horrible and terrifying.
Dubiously canon.
I could see Brooke doing it. Just to save time, too. Oh, he's a hasty sort. Bit rash. No, that's how I play. Well, we're basically doing a stealth section. That's how I do stealth sections. Get through them as fast as possible to risk less stealth failure. Doesn't always work, though.
Doesn't. Alright, we'll go back to the combat crew because it's been 2 tiles. Right, top of the round. One of these Dragon Eaters is not doing so well. And I think after this round we may or may not call it, because I know it is getting late and Kyrio is very tired. I'm the worst person to be on a stealth mission, but it's neat to play against type. It's true. Yeah, I noticed you're getting a little dozy, and it is getting late. Alright. Let's see. This one is going to... attempt to wrap Ralph.
Alright. I will probably just tank this because I have that thing I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
It lunges at you, Ralph, and while it has difficulty with your girth, you feel its many little claw digits along its tail as it slides over and manages to squeeze painfully around your arm. 2 physical
Ouch.
damage, which is nothing to you. Just so you know, since Wrap is one of 2 moves that do this, it now does 2 automatic damage every round, lasts 4 rounds, and you cannot escape combat. Not that you were going to escape anyway.
Hmm.
And it's going to try and use Dragon Rush.
Let me just take a look at something. I'm gonna take it.
Okay. You concern me, sir. Oh wait, hang on. That should have been 1 less accuracy die.
Is it just me, or is Ralph just being like, I'll just take all the hits for this entire battle?
We'll worry about it in a
I've
minute.
dodged a few. I've
I've just noticed the trend is all.
Yeah. I have a little plan inspired by many frustrating attempts of little kid me fighting red at the end of gold.
That's 4 physical damage, and we're gonna see if it flinches you. It manages to flinch you, so you are now at -2. Wait.
I'm gonna hat the flank roll.
Oh, you have big plans, sir.
I really. Oh my.
Oh,
Wow.
the hat failed you. It is destined to happen. It was locked in time. I'm so sorry. You now have a -2.
Curse you, Arceus.
Curse you, Arceus. 2 for flinching. Oh, goodness. This other one is going to skitter around and try and get at Rida. It's also going to try and Dragon Rush. And yes, I know, Rida is immune. Oh my god. It just wasted a perfectly good Dragon Rush trying to hurt Rida. What is
Rida
with the
just
sixes?
sort of stares it down as it attacks. Like, really?
Just swiping its claws and tail at Rida, charged with dragon energy, and it all just dissipates on impact.
Oh man, that's funny. I could calm down with the dragon hammer, right? And it would just like if you tried to hit right over it.
Yup. Fairy's immune to dragon. OP.
Thank Arceus.
Yeah, thank Arceus, because it would be 12 damage dice.
I think my chair is falling apart.
Oh no.
It just like made a really weird noise. And the air compressor did something. Oh god dang it. I'm not going to have a moment like when Aragon had his chair collapse. We're not doing that on stream again. Sorry, give me a second.
I've rolled 8 sixes. Good lord. That it is going to lunge at Rida.
I will try and evade.
It's quiet now. Okay, sorry for the distraction. I was just like, I might die, just let you know.
Birthday magic. Yeah, seriously, birthday magic. Why am I rolling so many sixes? Okay.
No.
Do you want to spend a will point to match it?
Yeah.
Okay. Rida manages to barely dodge, parrying the attack with the orb. Just slap that claw away. We'll finally get here and everyone is just dead. No, it's fine. These things are just tanky. Alright, it is Rida's turn.
Okay, so if I'm correct, the thing is wrapped on Ralph.
One of them is wrapped on Ralph. One of them is currently eyeing up Rida like they are a delicacy.
Okay, if I use knockdown on it, would it get off of Ralph?
Push target away from user. Full falls prone. Must spend an action if it wants to get back up. It wouldn't stop the effects of wrap, unfortunately, but it would make it unable to do anything until it made itself not prone, quote-unquote. So we could flavor it however we wish, but you would effectively be applying a penalty to whenever it next attempted to do a thing.
Darn, I was hoping to just remove it completely.
Sadly, it doesn't work like that. At least as far as I know. If somebody knows of a way to undo wrap or bind status, please let me know.
Like in Pokerole or in general?
Oh! Moves like Rapid Spin would do it.
Oh yeah, that does do it.
So I want to try and use Hypnosis on the one that... whichever one has the higher amount of health.
Okay. That would be the one eyeing you up.
Okay, I have 1 dice.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Actually, no, I don't, because of penalty. I dodged.
Oh no!
So I won't be doing that. I'll use Confusion on the one with higher health.
Okay. Jeebus, right, 2. Well, it has 1 die, but it has will it can spend. It spends a will to dodge.
Fair enough.
Side note, as it does that, Rida, you do notice that they are drawing in energy from their surroundings. It's subtle, especially given that this one just expended said energy, but they are drawing in energy from their surroundings.
Does it look like it's healing them, or is it more like they're getting strength?
It's more like they're being granted the stamina to endure. Not healing so much as giving them the energy to keep going, even after extending themselves so much.
Got it. So they're regenning will.
They're having an energy drink, got it.
Constant energy drink.
Okay, well...
Is it coming from the crystals?
It's coming from all around.
Okay. Also, my chair sounded like it was going to explode, and now it's fine. So I don't really know what happened. I'm good, I guess.
Okay, I'll just use Psychic on the higher health one.
Okay. And this time it can't dodge. So feel free to slap
Now I
it with
get
your
all of that.
damage. Like, the dice just don't want you to use confusion.
Have you ever succeeded in a confusion?
Yeah. They've succeeded before.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
Also chance die.
Sad. But it is now Ralph's turn.
Alright.
Ralph is the man with a plan.
Yes. I have a plan. Okie dokie, Ryder. Don't be behind me. And I'm gonna flop over with the rest.
Oh. I see.
Vitality, nature, survival, -2. So, 1, 2, 3. Wait. Not 3. It actually...
I mean,
4,
they can't stop you.
5. Yeah. Yeah, whichever. Anywho. Up. And there to this. And that. And, I should think about sleep talk, maybe. But for now, we got snore. We're gonna snore at, I'm gonna snore at the one that's wrapping me, actually.
Can only be used if asleep. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what Snorlaxes are famous for. this fucking
God dang.
build right here. this
Do it,
motherfucking build.
Do it.
Anywho, I'm glad that strength is part of my accuracy pool here. Alright.
Yeah,
1,
that's
2,
an
3,
interesting
4, 5.
choice.
That's it. I guess it's how much you can push it out. So, alright.
I wonder
Oh
if
wait,
that was
what's an interesting
that in the
what's an
roll.
interesting choice?
Snor's accuracy is strength fight channel.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It
Five.
might have been supposed to be
One
special
more.
fight channel, but I'm not going to correct it.
And
Huh.
What?
I
I
mean,
missed.
if the air is like being pushed out really forcibly by the snore, I guess that's kind of a strength based. I don't know, like
Well,
Yeah, I counted very slowly, but yeah, 1. Well, I got 2 1s at the start, though.
yeah, but you got a 6, and you still hit because this thing can't dodge.
Yeah, it's literally wrapped around me. And it used up all its things.
Pretty much. Unlike
yeah.
its friend, it's not going to expend the energy it's been collecting just yet.
And he was special +2.
Yes.
And bow, and bow.
Alright.
Oops. It's Snore is special in the. I'm gonna look up if Snore is special in the games. That'll be my turn, by the way.
You get 3 flinch dice.
Did I with Snore? Well,
Yeah.
that's hardcore.
See, you can flinch too. You can flinch too.
Yeah.
Right. And I think with the end of that round and it being 10:22 that we should stop for the night. As short as the session has been, this has been quite the interesting session thus far.
We always have those sessions where it's like in the middle of interesting moments. You gotta have those though, because if you have if you have like set pieces every single episode, they will lose their effect. So you gotta have those episodes that transition into set pieces as well.
Yes, and you all have not yet encountered some of the other things that are in here. Right, I need to make a special note.
Like, I organize this like a TV show. I call these sessions and stuff, so it's like a session of a... So they're organized by in that manner, but that doesn't mean like a TV... Like a TV show, typically speaking, they're always trying to make every episode have, like, high moments and, you know, like, set pieces. But we're not a TV show, so we're not aiming for that goal, nor is that really an achievable goal all the time, since this is very organic and in development as we play, so... Can't plan the set pieces, you could say. Well, at least not that much. Not even the DM can guarantee a set piece, because the players might miss it. Interesting thing about D&D, that. I think it makes it more interesting and less interesting, depending on the situation.
I will say, this battle is very difficult for Rida. It is very much against their build. It takes away buffs. Half of my moves don't work.
Have you guys figured out their type? Have you guys figured out their type? If they have one?
So they're clearly bugs, but they're dragon eaters. And one of the best types against dragons is dragons.
Yeah. Have they used any Pokemon moves?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the moves they've used have been Pokemon moves.
Okay.
I totally thought Snore was a physical move at some point, but I guess not.
Oh, I see the confusion there, because Snore says it uses strength, but it's a special power move.
Nah, like I thought I remember from the games it being a physical move.
Yeah, I thought it was physical in the games.
Apparently never was.
But it wasn't?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, freaking... This is one of the things that first made me look at Snorlax as a powerhouse. Is, I forget, I don't know which game, whether it was gold or silver, where at the end... Because I know Red's team at the end is slightly different, depending. He had a Snorlax as part of his team. It was not Heart Gold or Soul Silver. This was like way once upon a time old man Gold and Silver.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good night, Kyrio.
And I remember.
Okay, Kyrie, I can do that for you.
Fighting Red over and over again, and always I'd get to a Snorlax, and the Snorlax would just wear me down, cause I couldn't beat it in enough moves that it would just rest, snore, rest, snore, snore, rest, snore, snore, until it just whittled down my whole score. I was so frustrated.
I noticed, by the way, that Snore is yet another example of this freaking Pokerole guy messing things up. Roll 3 chance dice to flincher the foe. Ooh, it's French.
Right, so...
What is the experience for today? Probably pretty low.
Rida and Ralph are getting 3 each because they've defeated... 4 each because they defeated the 2 Pillbugs, which are worth only 1.
Fair.
And I would say Brooke and Tucker would get 3 each because that was a really neat, tense moment earlier with the Dragon Eater stalking.
We did that well. We did properly stealth. Oops, I just gave myself an extra 8. I have 1,088 experience now.
So, for anyone curious, I'm going to place the specifics of what's going on in the behind-the-scenes channel. Since
Ralph,
at
did
this
you chat
point,
yourself? Just asking if I think he may not have noticed. Did you add XP?
I have not.
Okay.
you got 4.
Alright, there you go.
Get on it then! No.
Bada bing.
Just making sure you get your experience. Sorry. Go ahead, Car.
So for anyone who is curious about the mechanics, I can explain them here if you want. I would rather do that after the session rather than it be in the recording, but I'm going to put the text in behind the scenes now.
Fair, fair. If you want to go, if you're not in the Pokerole Discord server, go check that out, because stuff like that exists there. So, and I do apologize for my part that I wasn't super active for today's session.
It's all right. This was a pretty good session overall, I would think.
My brain just feels absolutely blocked, but it was a good session all the same, though.
In spite of, you know, like lateness and low energy or what have you, and, you know, the sort of tenseness and combat going on, it was chill and I enjoyed it. And, you know, life happens, and I'm glad that we still played, and hopefully it's helped out a bit.
Yeah. It was nice just to be able to hang out with people that actually mean me good intentions rather than ill intentions, so... That goes for both the players and the audience, by the way. Thank you, guys.
So Beerus just sent us the snore card for 2.0, so it's probably supposed to be special and not strength, but I'm not about to correct it.
Well.
Glad everyone had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that I finally got to throw Ralph, because I've been wanting to do that for a while now.
To what, Ralph?
Throw Ralph.
Throw me.
Throw? Oh, you threw him at one point?
Yes. While he used Body Slam, I used Psychic to throw him so it hit harder. I've been wanting to use that combo for a while.
And you guys...
I imagine lifting things with Psychic has a limit, though. I'm surprised you're able to pick him up.
He was already throwing himself. It was just added momentum.
I guess you're right.
Besides, Psychic isn't like physical strength. Kind of.
True.
Right as big brain.
It's hard to figure out what these red crystals drain, by the way.
So, well, that's explained in the text, and after we close out the session, I will explain it directly.
Fair.
Oh, looks like... I'm like scrolling through the different games you fight right in. Looks like he consistently has a Snorlax with him.
Huh.
Yeah, I actually noticed that with, like, in the games he tends to have a Snorlax.
Yeah, I thought he only had the I thought he didn't have the Snorlax in later games. But no, he does. His frickin' actually, it's very similar to mine. His moveset in Gold, Silver, Crystal, I totally thought he had a different team for Gold or Silver, but apparently not. Snorlax's moveset is Rest, Snore, Body Slam, and Amnesia.
But yeah, Snorlax is good. I actually recently saw a really good picture of a Snorlax recently. I was like, I really like that art style for them. Maybe I'll share it later.
Also, I hope y'all like the sketches that I placed in the server.
Oh, that's the other thing. I was supposed to show off something. Let's see. They were posted after I stopped checking, I think.
Probably.
Let's see.
I designed them to be proper Fakemon, honestly.
Wait. Oh, you just put... Okay, yeah. You posted them, like, slightly after I was looking for them. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll share these as well. Do you want me to share? I'll save them next time, I guess. Share
next time would be easier. We'll do it at the beginning.
Oh, some of these are kind of cute, actually. I was gonna say, like, the second draw you did. Kind of like it. Looks like some cool alien dude. I will share these.
I would expect that Beerus likes them.
Beerus will love them. If he hasn't already. Oh, he's still around, actually, even as late as...
Yeah, he's still posting. I expect that Beerus likes them.
I will save those for later. You put some thought into that. Making your own Zerglings, basically.
Special Perform makes a lot more sense.
I would say you kind of failed here because you made them cute. They're supposed to be scary monsters.
Well, again, I originally designed them to be like proper fake mon.
Oh,
so,
okay. Oh, these are old? Are these old sketches?
I made them a while ago.
Oh. Was this a case of repurposing, or was this a plan that you had
This
for a
is
while?
a case where I decided to repurpose and use them for this, so they are probably spookier here than they would otherwise be.
Fair. Also, I do not judge you for repurposing. I find that interesting. Repurposing is the mother of invention, or something like that.
Yep, they are designed after, well, one of them is sort of like a pill bug, because I wanted it to be a cute first stage.
I do like it. As far as the fake bond goes, oh, okay, so yeah, the evolutions, I kind of see it then.
Yeah, is a split Evo.
Yeah. Okay, that explains the similarities, yeah. Neat. We'll share those next time at the next session. Of course, that will be in 2 weeks. Next Wednesday after the next Wednesday. But I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Again, sorry it was a little bit more transitionary, but I think we had a good time all the same. And hopefully next session, well, hopefully we'll regroup next session. I'm a little concerned about Tucker's situation, actually, because he might, like, he's gonna abstain, but he's overly sympathetic, and if this is what the prisoners have to deal with, he would... Tucker is the sort where he's too nice that he would probably jailbreak prisoners all the time if he feels like their conditions are bad.
Even if the prisoners are terrible.
It's like, well, they need to be, he would probably feel like they need to be in a better prison system to be less terrible, properly, or something.
Oh.
Like, again, well, like, think about the Salandits, how he scrutinized and ultimately approved of how the Salandits basically got a new job in Savantown, helping with things.
Yes.
Like, he was like, that's proper rehabilitation. He was okay with that.
Poor Tucker, when they eventually find out that this is actually a place for some of the most heinous criminals of the dragon kind.
Granted, he doesn't know that for now, so benefit of the doubt, I suppose, is what he's going through.
I mean, to be fair, it's not all the most heinous criminals of dragonkind in here, so...
I bet, well, also, he's also benefit of the doubt on this subject matter, because they were imprisoned. They aren't heinous criminals. Ergo, other people in prisons might not be either. But he doesn't know. He's not sure, of course. And if Brooke tells him to not worry about the other prisoners, he's going to probably still worry about them, but he's not going to interact with them. So, he's going to feel a little bad about it, though. That just not Tucker do.
Did you add Brooks XP?
I did.
Okay.
Yep. But, yeah, I hope to see you all for session 102. The 102 Dalmatians movie was not as good as 101, but hopefully our session 102 will be better. That was an okay movie, actually. Disney sequels, man, they're hit and miss. But, yeah, I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you all in 2 more Wednesdays for session 102. And, of course, plenty of streams in the mid time between that. So do come by. Next stream will be on Friday. So I'm not sure what I'm doing for Friday. I guess we'll find out. But I'll see you all soon, and I hope you all had a good time.